I'm back with another triggering topic. Well. Here's a new series called Why Would You Do That, Sis? Now, quick disclaimer this video was filled with my thoughts and my thoughts alone. Everything is all alleged, nothing is factual. I do not know any of these people personally. This is a commentary channel, and oftentimes I use clips and articles as part of my critical review and along with fair use guidelines. Now that we got that out of the way, I don't know if you guys heard that Tyreek Hill, the NFL player, his wife, Keeta Vaccaro, just filed for divorce this week in April of 2025, right after her mom called 911 over a domestic dispute. Now, as you can see here in this article from January 23rd of 2024, Tyreek Hill actually filed for divorce just 76 days after they got married. But you know how it goes. After he did all of that, he told media that he was happily married. So you know how these men like to play. So anyway, let's get back to recent events. I'm going to read y'all a clip from this article. Tyreek Hill's wife files for divorce after her mom calls 911 over domestic dispute between the couple. Tyreek Hill got hit with divorce papers from Keeta Vaccaro-Hill this week. The development comes just one day after a messy domestic situation at his home involving his wife and their daughter. In the documents, Keeta says their relationship is irretrievably broken after the latest incident involving the cops. The couple tied the knot in November of 2023. Here's what Keeta's mother told the cops. According to the report, a dispute took place on Monday, April 7th at Tyreek's condo in Sunny Isles Beach, Florida. Law enforcement officers showed up after a call concerning an assault in progress involving Tyreek, Keeta, and their baby girl, Capri. According to the Miami Herald, Keeta's mom, Alicia Vaccaro, who had been staying with the couple since November, made the call. Alicia accused Tyreek of getting into a heated dispute with her daughter. She claimed that Hill and Keeta had been bumping heads nonstop since their daughter was born. Additionally, she called her son-in-law aggressive and impulsive, adding that he has anger issues that had her shook for her daughter and grandbaby. The Wags to Riches star even told cops she saw Tyreek throw Keeta's computer to the floor and allegedly snatch up their daughter before heading towards the 35th floor balcony. That move prompted Alicia to call the cops. Keeta and Tyreek Hill said this about the domestic incident. Keeta backed up her mom's story, telling officers that the arguments have been more frequent. She alleged that Tyreek gets heated and throws stuff around. Even though they've tried couples therapy, it apparently hasn't worked. Tyreek mostly agreed with their version, adding his own spin, telling cops, "I have the same rights as a father as her, as a mother, and I can take my baby whenever I want." Police reportedly noted some redness on Keeta's chest, but she brushed it off. Instead, she told cops it probably happened by accident when Tyreek took the baby from her. Their daughter was unharmed in the incident and appeared healthy, per the report. Additionally, Keeta chose not to file a police report regarding the dispute. Tyreek reportedly left the home, and the police made no arrests. In response to the news, Hill's NFL team, the Miami Dolphins, shared a statement. On Monday, we were informed that the police were called to Tyreek Hill's home, and after conversations with Tyreek and members of his family, the police departed the residence without further incident, and the case was closed. The statement said, "We have since been in communication with Tyreek and the NFL and will have no further comment on the matter." Now, Keeta wants to move on as she files for divorce. Despite rejecting a police report filing, Keeta Vaccaro-Hill wasted no time heading to court. She reportedly submitted her divorce petition in Miami-Dade County Family Court on Tuesday, April 8th. She's reportedly demanding child support, alimony, and the residence that she and her daughter have been calling home. She also wants to keep the car she's been driving throughout their marriage. Tyreek has yet to respond to the petition. Now, this isn't the first blow-up for the soon-to-be exes since they said "I do." Just 2 weeks after a fire tore through Tyreek's $7 million mansion in January of 2024, a divorce petition was submitted on his behalf on January 22nd in Broward Court. However, per NBC Sports, he backtracked on social media soon after. At the time, he blamed his lawyer, who he later fired. The petition was dropped on January 30th, which marked the same day Davie police were back at the estranged couple's crib for another domestic call-in, per the New York Post. This info is everywhere. Now, all of that was a boatload of toxic craziness. Now, we have another woman, Miss Keeta. She's biracial. Her mother is black. So we sit there and we have another woman that has fallen into the trap of allowing herself to become impregnated by a Pookie. And this is an instance where marriage will very clearly not protect you from more than likely becoming a single mother. Because a lot of times people say, well, if you get married, things cannot work out. Absolutely. But a lot of times what we don't want to admit is things don't work out because we knowingly choose the wrong partner to marry in the first place. And this is definitely what's going on here with Tyreek Hill. Now, I'm sure that she's going to have, financial security. But I don't think that we can speak for anything else because he's clearly unhinged and he lacks discipline. And my thing is that it's rumored that Tyreek Hill could have 13 kids by at least 9 or 10 women. Then there are sites that say 8 or say 10. When questioned about how many children this man has, he simply said, "It doesn't matter how many kids I have." A lot of people won't be able to say Tyreek don't take care of his kids, though. And what? And my thing is, why would an attractive woman like Keeta knowingly have a child by a man with that many children and think that she's going to have a successful or positive result from it? Clearly, there's a disconnect that he has with women once he impregnates them. And then if you say, oh, let her live, she just wanted the money. Well, she was already the wife. So if she was smart, she would have stayed childless. That way, when he eventually decided to discard her for the next flavor of the month, which was definitely going to happen, she could have moved on baggage free and with a little bit of coin. That would have been the smartest move. Now, instead, you are the wife / baby mama number bajillion, and he's out here yelling and screaming and stressing you out during postpartum. You're living in a beautiful house filled with the ugly and evil chaos of a rich Pookie. And I really feel like, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but I feel like rich Pookies may even be more diabolical than the broke ones because the rich Pookies know that they have money and they're going to act just like the broke ones, but they will use their money and their power to keep you chained to their side, especially if they know that you're motivated by the money, by the glitz, by the glam. You're going to earn every single penny that you get while he plays in your face. And I don't care what y'all say. You could detach my vagina, put it in a Ninja food processor, and then put it in a Sonic slushy machine and make triggered slushes out of it before I would ever open up my womb to Tyreek Hill. You know how many energies and spirits that are attached to that man's being? That's probably why he's so aggressive and unstable, because there is something wrong with him. Those energies are really attacking him. Not to mention, he could have CTE or anything. I can't understand how a woman can see a man run through women, abandon women, leave their children behind, and think child support will make up for his absence. I don't know how you can be a childless woman and see all of that chaos that your man is leaving in his wake and say, oh yeah, I'm going to sign up for that too. I don't care if you're getting a coin or not. And, I really wish that women would stop thinking that they're special, that they are going to be the one that changes a man. I'm going to tell y'all something. The only one that can change a man is the man himself. A woman cannot force or encourage a man to change his ways. He has to want it for himself and see benefit in becoming a better man. I also think a lot of women arrogantly think that they have the magic cooch, the magic vajayjay that's going to change a man's ways. And I'm sorry to tell you, sister, but it will not. If a man can put his stuff in a sock with some lube in it or in a hole and bust one, then y'all have to understand that means that no vagina is special. And, I want y'all to really understand the danger in thinking this way. And I don't want y'all to think that I'm speaking from a judgmental perspective, because I'm not. I had to understand that myself. I'm going to tell y'all, I remember growing up in the cult that I was raised in. They told me, hey, Trigger, you have the magic cooch. You're a virgin. You have this precious jewel. And once you give that to your husband, no matter what type of man he is, he will never cheat on you. He will never leave you because that is what men prize and value. But you know what? They lied to me. Now, when I married my first husband, unbeknownst to me, he was cheating on me from the jump and having intercourse with every woman he could get his hands on. And it did not stop. I didn't know until I filed for divorce, but it was still happening. And I remember telling him that I wouldn't marry a man with children or anything like that. I wanted to have this like fairy tale life, and I wanted to have my first child with my partner. And this man sat there and lied to me and told me that he had no kids. I not only find out that this man had kids a lot, but he had been having intercourse with this lady, his baby mama, behind my back the whole time. And this lady was, I hate to say it, she was for the streets. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even care. It was like he didn't value anything that I brought. And it's just like I wasn't special, and I had to come to grips and accept that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't want any other women to put themselves in that position, because when you think that who you are is so special that you can make a man that is no good be good, or he won't do something that he wants to do because of you, like it just sets you up for the okie doke. Hopefully I'm explaining that right. I mean, I hope that y'all understand what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm explaining it properly. I'll just say that I found out all of this stuff that my first husband was doing, when he was trying to get me back. And I lied to him and I told him that I'd take him back if he told me the truth about everything he did. And oh my goodness, everything that he did was mind-blowing. So disrespectful, so dastardly, so disloyal, so diabolical. Like just dirty. And I got humbled. I did. And it hurt me, because I really believed that I was special. And I had to realize that I was not. And I had to realize that nothing that I was bringing to the table was going to change a man that was already broken. And I'm not ashamed to say that to y'all, because if I can help any woman to avoid feeling the pain and the shame that I felt, then that's fine. I'm willing to deal with the embarrassment or the shame that comes along with that, because I really want to stop, any woman from thinking that she can stop a low down dirty dog from being a low down dirty dog. You cannot stop him, sis. And believing that way is the reason why I got okie doked, really, in a nutshell. And it's the reason why Keeta got okie doked. She probably thought, I'm light skinned, I'm biracial, I'm going to be able to get this man, he going to respect, he going to prize me. And that's just not going to work. It's not. And it's not only the reason why Keeta here, she got okie doked. It's the reason why Jasmine Chivas, who I did a video on, got okie doked. Because too many women believe that they are the exception to the rule rather than just the flavor of the month. The reason why he's behaving for a little bit for you is just because you're new. Once he gets used to you, he'll be back to normal, back to acting a fool. And to be honest, I don't know if people will be mad at me about all of this stuff that I'm saying, but honestly, I really believe it to be true. I really do. And it's something else that I want to say. And, I may get backlash for this, but I got to say it because I believe this to be true too. I really believe that the only way a man can be a truly good man is if he has a reason to be that way outside of you. And what I mean by that is that he has to have a belief system in God or a creator. And no, I don't mean the fake godly men, the fake men that come into churches to try to manipulate women, to try to get the draws or try to get money or try to play with women. I don't mean that. I mean a man that really, really is about that life. He really cares about God. He really cares about our creator. And I'm not talking about a certain denomination either. I'm not. So this isn't any particular, denomination or faith or whatever. But I'm saying that a man that really believes in a creator and he really believes that he should be living a certain way in a certain lifestyle. That's just what I believe. I believe that's the only time you're going to be able to get a man that's about something. But, hey, if you don't believe in God or you don't believe in none of that, that's fine. You can just disregard this part of the video because, baby, I really am not here to preach to you. I'm not here to preach to you. The only thing I want to give women is practical information that anybody can use that has any type of belief system. But like I said, if you feel like, oh, no, I don't know what I'm talking about and you don't want a man like that, then honestly, just in my opinion, I believe that you shouldn't trust any man at all. Then you shouldn't even think about entertaining one. That's just me. But like I said, we can agree to disagree, for whoever's in the comments. So please don't tear me up. This is just my thought. Everybody has opinions. I am, what is it called? I am welcome to mine too, and you're welcome to yours. But I don't know. I just don't want to see women engaging with these pookies and accepting trifling behavior, just for a bag. Like, I don't want to see women do that because honestly, when women do that, I really think that it encourages bad situations for women as a whole. Because if you're willing to accept, we know how women say, oh, I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce than cry in a Honda and all this other nonsense. Well, when you do that, it makes men feel as if they don't ever have to be good men. All they have to do is get their money up and they can play in your face as much as they want to. They can disrespect you. They can okie doke you. They can smack you upside your head. They can have babies on you. They can bring you home STDs. All they got to do is have some money. All they have to do is have some type of resources and then they can get women that will accept mistreatment. You know what I mean? And we got to stop doing that because we don't want to teach men that they can treat women any type of way as long as they, have the money. So they can have access to whatever woman they want, top tier women, as long as they have money and they can degrade them, destroy them. Like, no, like that to me is just trifling, but anyway, all I'm saying is, long story short, don't let this be you. A man with a bajillion baby mamas, I don't care what type of big bag he got, he is not a man to marry. Ever. Because at the end of the day, people talk about money. Oh, I want to have money. It don't matter what he's doing. All the time, all of these women always get tired. Because at the end of the day, even if you get money, there are things that are worth more than money. Your dignity should be. And everybody has a breaking point. So at some point, you're going to get tired of that Negro. And you're going to be right back starting off again anyway. So you might as well not even start it off from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want you to understand that whatever a man has done to previous women, he will do to you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And, I think a lot of men get off on leaving their mark or stamp of possession on women through pregnancy. And once the ego boost from that wears off, they're on to the next, which is why so many Negroes leave women during pregnancy and also during postpartum. Because the high is over. That's just my opinion. But anyway, all I'm saying is please, sisters, guard your womb. It's better to stay childless than to knowingly put your child in a situation where she or he will not be loved like they deserve. But I digress. If you watched this whole video and you truly enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 2 in the comments down below because being baby mama bajillion is boo. Boo. So please drop a 2. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. I know times is hard out here, so follow your girl on TikTok. I do live stream there exclusively. We do get a little crazy, so if you are sensitive, don't follow me on there, all right? Don't. But if you want to see a little bit of mess, you want to see a little bit of drama, then follow your girl on TikTok. And also, please, I'm on the road to 20K. Pretty please hit the subscribe button for your girl and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. Good, bad, ugly, in between, indifferent. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.